Greetings, this is August 28th at 9 p.m. and this is a very diverse region. We're looking at images from south of Cache Creek to west of the Chasm. I'd like to look at the NRC's infrared data for this morning at approximately 20 minutes to 8, and we are looking at all 24-hour settings currently on, and this was the activity south of Hihium. We've now rolled into the 12 and 6-hour maps. There wasn't much difference, and now we've rolled into the 6-hour map, and as you can see, there is a lot of recent activity. I'd like you to notice the diagonal ordered patterns. This could be an indication of a controlled infrared signature, perhaps a strategy at work, eliminating fuels around certain fire pockets. If we pull back and look at an overview of the Elephant Hill wildfire, and this is from after 5 p.m. this evening, we can see it's really Hihium where most of the recent activity is occurring. Looking at a satellite image of the area using the VIIRS system, and this is set to the 350 meter calibration for more detail. I'm noticing a significant amount of orange, which means these were hotspots indicated 12 to 6 hours ago. There are a few new red 6-hour hotspots, so this is still quite an active area. And as we saw in the NRC infrared, many of those could be patterned or controlled strategies to combat wildfire in this specific area. We're now looking at the region west of Vedette, and no new hotspots in the 12 or 6-hour map. If we continue to move northward around the Young Lake area, we are seeing no new hotspots in the 6 or 12-hour time period. We can zoom into the northern flank. This is looking over top of Mount Jim. That red indication earlier from yesterday has now become orange. There's no new ones at the top of the hill. There is one new red 6-hour on the northeast side of the hill towards Little Green Lake Road. I've gone back and checked the VIIRS satellite imagery again at 8 p.m. Pacific time, and I am noticing a new group of hotspots. They're about a kilometer and a half south of Hutchinson Lake, and there's about 5 or 6 of them, and they're within an existing area of hotspots older than 24 hours, and they may be part of some control strategy at work right now. I've also gone back to look at Hihium Lake one more time this evening, and a lot of activity there. This may be in preparation for winds predicted tomorrow. We'll have to see if there's any new infrared showing on the next 6-hour map. Okay, we've jumped over to windy, and we're seeing 3 kilometers an hour coming primarily from the southeast, and we are looking at that 15 to 16 kilometer an hour wind tomorrow at Tuesday. The computer models aren't agreeing with each other. That's because there's a lot of variation depending on where you are, on plateaus or in the valleys. The air is not moving very fast, but it is swirling around, and it can build pressure in a valley and suddenly create a gust. I'm not seeing any precipitation. However, Wednesday, Thursday, we could see a little bit of cloud cover come in, and the temperature should cool down towards the end of the week. So really it's just the wind for that 3 o'clock breeze on Tuesday, tomorrow afternoon. And if I take a look at an overview of the wind for the province, I'm seeing, yes, that big cyclonic action out in the Pacific Ocean, but more concerning is on the Alberta side, and it's a bit of a breeze that looks like it wants to come in and maybe push from the southeast or that could be the wind that we are waiting for. And as it is the weather, there are no promises. Let's hope it just dissipates and decides not to show up. We are now looking at an image of the big bar cam from lunch hour, and we've switched over to just within the last hour. And now we're looking at the Sheridan cam for today at lunch. Very pleasant, nice blue sky, good to see, and rolling into just over the last hour, a sunset moving in. And this is the Begbie cam today at lunch hour. Very pleasant blue sky day, and just within the last hour we can see a couple of happy travelers sharing the road. All these cams are available on the Drive BC link below, and I like using them because they're kind of like my wind socks, and I can look around different regions and get an idea of which way the air is moving and if the sun is shining and whether or not I'd like to go there. So the two areas of concern shown on the infrared are south of Hihium, where there's been a lot of activity. There may be some controlled burning going on there. And on the eastern slope of Mount Jim, we've got one new hotspot there, and we'll watch and see if that turns into a 12-hour hotspot with no additional new ones. Thank you very much for watching. We are waiting on a potential for wind on Tuesday, and I hope it just dissipates and decides to vacation elsewhere calmly. Be safe, everyone, and don't forget to check the alerts and bulletins in the regional links below.